Ladies and gentlemen, from the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace and Justice, Deacon Gerald Celente.
Hello, everyone. This is Deacon Gerald Celente of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace, and Justice. And my heart is broken to see what in the world is going on and how so few people contest it. And those who do are called anti-Semites, thrown out of the country, attacked, and degraded. Israel is ramping up its war, bombing Syria, Lebanon, taking over more territory in Gaza, killing people every day. And if you come out against this, you're an anti-Semite. These are just a few of the articles over the past few days. Syria condemns Israeli airstrikes on bases and lethal ground advance. They say since the Assad regime was ousted, this is from the New York Times, from Syria last year, Israel has carried out hundreds of airstrikes and destroyed forces into southern Syria. They go on to say security operations against potentially hostile forces were sent in to southern Syria. Potentially hostile forces. That's what they call going into Syria, saying these people are potentially hostile forces, and we have to steal more of our land because that's what we do. We are the chosen people to steal land anywhere we want, using that lie that they're the chosen people. And as Naomi Wolf, a Jewish woman, makes it very clear, that's not what the God that they believe in calls chosen people by their ethnicity. It's about how they live in the spirit of God. Has nothing to do with religion. Yep. Another one, beyond its northern border, Israel is claiming more space. This is a New York Times article. Isn't that nice language? Claiming more space. How about stealing more land? Can you say that? Of course not. We're prostitutes. We're media whores that get paid to put out by our corporate pimps and government whoremasters. Israel has built a growing network of outposts. Isn't that nice language? And fortifications in Syria and Lebanon. Stealing more land and murdering more people. But that's okay, because if you come out against it, why, you're an anti-Semite. And I want to make this 1,000,000% clear. The people running Israel are not Semites. Semites used to be a term that used to represent the people of the Mesopotamia region, which of course would be Palestinians. These are Eastern Europeans. What's Netanyahu's real name? Milikowski. What was Ben Gurion's real name? Green. And there are a lot of them Ashkenazis, A-S-H-K-E-N-A-Z-I. By their deeds you shall know them. More articles from the Financial Times. Israel vows to take large Gaza areas as buffer zones. Isn't that nice? Stealing land in Syria, stealing land in Lebanon, and now we'll call it a buffer zone. You mean you're going to throw the people out, as President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, said last March? That's very valuable waterfront property. And of course, Trump wants to turn it into the Riviera. Yep. The Mediterranean. Yep. Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, armed forces would seize more territory in Gaza as its military expanded offensive in the Palestinian enclave. Isn't that nice? Expanded its renewed offensive. It's mass murder of innocent people, but we'll call it an offensive. and destroying the place, bombing it into total ruins. Where's the outrage? Not allowed to have any. You're an anti-Semite if you support saving Palestinian lives and are against genocide. Israel official: Palestinians will be removed from Gaza. That's right. Antiwar.com. According to Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper, a senior Israeli official was traveling with the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, said, quote, "What we would like to see is that we rescue the hostages, eliminate Hamas, and that there is a large-scale opportunity," you ready? "For voluntary migration." Yeah, voluntary. Oh, by the way, Netanyahu is now in the United States talking to Trump. This war criminal, according to the International Court of Justice, and anybody that's not deaf, dumb, or blind, yep, making up more deals than what they're going to do, and is attacking Iran next. We will see. Katz declines to call settlers rampage through Palestinian village terrorism. Defense minister said, "I don't define this as terror," as the weeks of settler rampage in a Palestinian village. No, it's not terror. That's my perspective, he said. They could go in, kill, rob, bomb, destroy. They're not terrorists. You have to get this in your mind, everybody. The people that fight the invaders are terrorists. Why those people in the West Bank? That's their land that Israel invaded in 1967 in violation of the Geneva Convention and Article 242. No, they're settlers. No, they're not. They're colonist invaders. But those who fight against them are militants and terrorists. That's what they sell. Israel attack on Gaza school sheltering displaced Palestinians last week, killed 33. So far since Israel violated the ceasefire agreement, and that's the words from Haaretz and others, on March 18th, they've killed 1,163 Palestinian people. Yep. Israel strikes on Gaza kill more than 100 in a single day. That was April 3rd. And again, you come out against this. Here's one. White House targets Princeton for anti-Semitism. Harvard targeted as administration reviews funding for anti-Semitism. You're an anti-Semite if you protest against genocide. Not only in the United States, article in the New York Times, London police storm Quaker meeting house, arresting planners of a Gaza protest. Yep. So the religions don't count anymore unless, of course, you're a chosen person in their mindlessness belief. They're not chosen people. Again, as Naomi Wolf makes it clear, God chose people that live in the spirit of God, nothing to do with religion. But here it is, religions don't count anymore. They attacked the Quaker meeting and locked up people because they were going to protest. Israel lawsuits targets Americans. This is in Consortium News. A wave of lawsuits filed by Israeli plaintiffs against pro-Palestinian American citizens, advocacy group, and media outlets is paving the way for, quote, a nonprofit killer bill, end quote, backed by the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee. Yep. And they had a vote in the United States last week. The U.S. Senate rejects Bernie Sanders' efforts to block arms sales to Israel. They're sending almost another $9 billion of bombs, big weapons to keep killing the people. The Senate voted 82-15 and 83 to 15 to reject two resolutions of disapproval over sales. They're totally in favor of it. 82 to 15, 83 to 15. Yep. The vast majority of the politicians in this country support genocide. U.S. beefs up forces in Middle East is warning to Iran. This is the Wall Street Journal article. And now Netanyahu is in the United States with Trump. Are they planning this war? Remember, when all else fails, they take you to war. The American markets are failing. The global economy is failing with the tariffs. Love them, hate them, whatever you want. Think about them. It's bringing down the equity markets. There's more and more talk now that America and other countries are going to go into recession. Israel is a hellhole now. The people are scared to death. It's not the Israel before the war began. Netanyahu said they'll have total victory. Their economy is going down. They're going to expand the war. If there's war against Iran, I want to make this 1,000% clear. It will be the beginning of the end of life on earth. And here's why. Israel is a country of 7 million people, 7 million Jewish people. Iran has 91 million. Iran is very advanced scientifically, technologically, and militarily. They've been planning this for decades. The United States has not won a major war since World War II. They couldn't beat the Afghans, the longest war in American history. Killed hundreds of thousands, cost trillions of dollars. Couldn't win. Couldn't beat the Iraqis. Lost Vietnam. You think you're going to beat Iran? And then China and Russia say they'll support Iran. Yet there is no outrage. And that is what I want to make clear. Look at the prostitute media putting out all these articles about protesters against Trump on Saturday, one after another. Hundreds of protesters turn out in European, hands off, all over the world, one after another. U.S.-Canada border, yep, against President Trump, yep, the Trump's tariffs. New York City, protests. Portland, Oregon, all over the country. Yep. Across the U.S., thousands rally against Trump and Musk. Okay. When we have peace rallies, we don't get any coverage at all. And the media gives none. Local, national, international. And where are all of those people that are protesting against the tariffs? How come you're not out there protesting for peace on earth? I'll tell you why. Because you're a bunch of arrogant little boys and girls with minds that big, the size of a pea. And how about all those celebrities and artists that came out against people that didn't want to take the Operation Warp Speed gene therapy inoculation? We wrote about it in the Trends Journal as it was happening. They accused us, those who didn't want the COVID jab, the first gene therapy inoculation ever injected into a human being, accused us of by not getting that jab, we were threatening the lives of people. Oh, yeah? Hey, where are all you fat mouths threatening the lives of people like these clown boys and clown girls that came out for the COVID jab? Condemning everybody that didn't get one, that we were a threat to other people's lives, but you're not out there speaking for peace. Oh, Palestinian lives don't matter. Do they, Cuban, or you other ones? Little Dolly Parton? Yeah. Again, one article after another in your Trends Journal. Celebrities, vax smart, you're stupid. Yep, Sean Penn. One after another. One after another. Piers Morgan. Oh, that flab-faced guy. He demeaned anyone not wanting to take this jab as selfish pricks. I guess you only like regular pricks to deal with, huh? You don't like selfish pricks. Yep. Emmy Rossum said she got the jab. And a short stop being an irresponsible idiot and get the vaccine. An irresponsible idiot. Oh, there's one quote after another. One after another about all these people that screamed and yelled. Oh, here's one. Arrogant COVID champ, Steve Van Zandt, who got the shot and got COVID. Yep. He's selling the Ukraine war. Yeah. Two-faced, fat mouth. And I'll call it to your face. Yep. One after another, selling the COVID jab. Dolly Parton called people who wouldn't get it cowards. Don't be such a chicken squat. Get out there, get your shot. Arnold Schwarzenegger, come with me if you want to live. Billy Crystal, I was glad to get this first steps towards hugging my kids and grandchildren again. Steve Martin posted good news, bad news, good news. I just got vaccinated. Bad news because I'm 75. Kathy Griffin, second Madonna shot. Yep. Eric Church, hot shot. Eric Church is on a crusade to save the concerts. You've got to get needles in arms. And Fauci, yep, the guy that sold it to us. Remember, don't shake hands with anybody. He said, never shake hands again with anybody in the rest of your life. And when you masturbate, don't forget to sanitize your hands. Yep, that Fauci, that guy. Yeah. Zoom conference with Ashton Kutcher, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian. Yep. One after another. All supporting the COVID jab. Sir Ian McClellan, Sir Ian, sir. This is sir crap. The actor said he felt euphoric after receiving the Pfizer shot in December. Martha Stewart shared a video of herself receiving the shot at New York's Mount Sinai downtown. Yep. All supported the shot, condemned everybody that didn't, because we threaten the lives of other people. But these celebrities, the lives are not being threatened. The lives that are being killed, well over 50,000, some reports well over 100,000 Palestinians killed, hundreds of thousands seriously wounded, little kids losing their arms, legs, hands. We're the celebrities. All these fat-mouthed, arrogant people that sold the COVID jab and condemned everyone that wouldn't do it as threatening the lives of others could care about the lives of Palestinians. It's a disgrace what's happening. And if we don't change it, it's going to get much worse. We can't do it without any money. Got to make that 1,000% clear. You can't build a skyscraper on your own. So please support what you can. There's some very generous people. We got to get a major rally going here. Because if we don't unite for peace, we're going to die in war. Thank you for tuning in. Amen and amen.